Cookie here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
God, what were we just
I know.
talking about? Because I thought, I don't need to write that down.
See, this is the problem. This is the audio version of walking into a room and forgetting why you walked all the way upstairs to your room. But we're glad that you guys subscribe and remember to listen because your phone reminds you that there is a new episode of our podcast. So subscribe, rate, and review. And you can email hey@patandjt.com, or all of our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is It's Pat and JT. You'll remember, okay, this is a great example of
I just talked about
we got
Okay, go ahead.
3 episodes ago. We're gonna read a tweet and something from somebody in a little bit that was referring to something that we talked about a few episodes ago, where I couldn't remember a word and I just blurted it out in the middle of you telling a sweet story about Jack.
Beth,
so see, it's sometimes you'll just remember what we were talking about, and it's your turn. Just blurt it. Go.
It'll come. I'm sure it will. But while you're mentioning that, as a matter of fact, that was Beth, one of our listeners.
Okay.
And she just said, listening to the podcast, hearing Pat yell privileges in the middle of Jill telling the Jack story is the best part of my day. Thank you. But it does say you have to play that part back at slow speed. Okay.
You guys know that on most podcast platforms, you can play, especially I'm doing it on the Apple podcast app. You can hit anything at slow speed,
right.
and fast it up.
But
Good Lord.
I'm glad you found that word.
Jeez.
Okay.
I can't remember the words that matter, but fast it up sure jumped in there.
Doesn't that just drive you crazy when your brain
terrible.
works like that? And it gives you a word that is almost what you wanted, but it won't give you what you want.
Yeah.
It's in the right drawer. You found the right filing cabinet. You've got the right file folder, but it grabs the wrong article.
Right.
And it's like, seriously, it's right
Right.
there.
When the bad word or the other word was flying out of your brain, didn't the right one go, I think you need me, and just grab onto it and go out with
right?
it?
You would think.
Okay. So here it is. Here you go, Beth.
And
privileges.
privilege.
I forgot.
Oh my God.
Beth, you're so right. Let's listen to that again. I forgot how fun it is to listen to this thing slowed down. We sound like we're hammered.
We said it's absolutely fascinating to me.
It is.
It slows you down and you sound absolutely 100% spot on toasted. But your speech, this is just proof. When you drink,
Yeah.
your speech patterns don't change. They just get slower.
Here we go.
Bullet rescued him. And
Privileges.
privilege.
Sorry. I'm like, I gotta get this out before
I don't know.
Oh,
God,
awesome.
that's funny.
I love that.
Just in just random spots.
Of that 23. And one of Jack's littermates is
I'd be like, okay, lady, I gotta go. I gotta get home. I don't know where this story is going, but you've been at the bar. You've been at the Red Robin bar way too long.
You bellied up a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I gotta go. I kind of
Oh my
same. So that's
God.
I just check wherever you listen to the podcast and just click the half speed.
That's awesome.
Oh God, it's
Wow.
funny.
Checking on other posts and social media stuff. We go back through anything that people commented on from previous episodes or any new stuff coming in. And there's a couple of things I wanted to throw out. You remember we had Allie Mascarello
Yes.
on the show with us. And she was back a few episodes ago, and she's just a delight. Honest to God, she's just the sweetest thing. And apparently, though, she and her husband, Steve, just celebrated 2 years, their second anniversary on July 9th.
Nice. Happy
I just
anniversary.
wanted to throw that out there because she's been posting some really cool stuff.
Yeah, she's
but
fun.
we got to get her back in. She's got a really cool website. All she's wanting to do, honest to goodness, she just wants to bring a smile to people's faces. That's all. She's just looking for the good in everything.
Yeah.
And she finds it. So
She's overshooting. She's working way too hard. All she's got to do is play people talking in slow motion. There you go, Allie.
there you're welcome.
You're welcome.
That's it. I wanted to throw that out there. And then, one of my Twitter follows, Cosmo9. Today's the day. Nervous but excited. At Kugler Vision. At Pat and JT.
Oh, today's
At
the
that other
procedure day.
JT.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
So as we speak, today is the day. So I'm excited to hear I
Me
can't
too.
wait. I'm so excited for her.
I thought it was cool because we've talked about Matt Schick going into Kugler to get his his procedure, and he was back in town. Him and his wife and his kids did a little extended little vacation here and went to Colorado, where he went to school. She went to school in Lincoln, and some of the pictures they posted had his glasses on. He had his procedure, and the very next day they were at Memorial Stadium, no glasses. And I noticed from there on out he didn't have glasses on. And and I remember that feeling getting the procedure and not having to wear your glasses.
It is funny, and glasses aren't that heavy, but you feel you feel naked. Like it's just so freeing almost. You don't have them. You don't have to think about grabbing them.
Yeah.
And just go, and you can wear any sunglasses you want.
Right.
That's the really cool part.
The cheapest gas station ones you could ever find. H&M doesn't matter. You can wear them.
Absolutely. Well, while we're talking about it, and we know that Cosmo 9's going in to get her procedure, Kugler Vision has been a supporter of our podcast for quite a while, and we really, really appreciate it. And just like Cosmo, just like Matt Versal, just like you, me, a couple other listeners too as well that have gone in for that consultation. KuglerVision.com.
Very, very
by the
simple.
way. All right. So on that note, one more thing. A friend of mine, I call him a friend because we've been Twitter followers. We follow each other for about 5 years or so. And he's on the East Coast. He's a former radio guy. And now he produces a podcast. He also is a dog sitter. He house sitter.
It's kind of whatever. That's
kind of
awesome.
whatever. And he's always got these phenomenal pictures of these places that, the clients that he works for are probably affluent would be a good word.
Okay.
It looks like. And he's known them for a long time. So he'll go into their homes, take care of their animals, takes care of their house and the beautiful backyards. And
I bet he still looks through stuff, though. Guarantee he still looks through stuff.
I wonder about that. Would you ever
Totally.
have you ever had somebody watch your house or live in your house that wasn't?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe other than like a roommate, maybe, but I don't remember.
Even a roommate. I never really had the roommate situation.
I never looked
Maybe
through their
for a
stuff.
short time when I first went to college. Otherwise, even in college, my very first semester, I had the roommate from hell.
Yeah.
And then I switched to be with a girlfriend of mine, and then she didn't come back the second semester.
So you were a lone wolf in it. That's awesome.
I had my own,
And that's where it all began. Stay away from me. Yeah, I would totally look through somebody's stuff. If they asked me to watch their house,
Keep that in mind, people.
done.
Just know if you ask Pat to house sit,
Yep, I'm going through it all.
he's snooping it all.
Yep.
So anyway, this guy, he's on the East Coast in Connecticut is where he's at. And he responded to a tweet. And it was not necessarily a political tweet, but I'm not going to throw it out there. He was sarcastic. He is a very sarcastic fellow. So he was just using his gifts, and he retweeted something. He has 1,700 followers. So it's not like he's got this huge mass following. And usually he gets like 15 likes.
About average, about right.
I mean? It's nothing huge. Y'all get it. We're regular people. He tweeted something yesterday as I speak, 24 hours ago. And it ends up, I just looked at it. Right now it is at, hold on, 1,366 replies, 11,964
crazy.
retweets, and 52,548 likes.
That is nuts.
It blew his mind. He had to turn off his notifications.
I bet.
He got retweeted
crazy.
by people that sit in kind of national pundits. It got retweeted by a few of those. A couple of magazine type Twitter accounts retweeted him. And now he's just like, I can't. I just turn it off. I'm going to bed. I'm done. That would
be
out.
overwhelming.
It's crazy.
overwhelming.
I can't even imagine. I know that most people that are really famous and they have thousands of followers, they probably don't even have their notifications on.
Right.
And they rarely probably even check them. It's not
Which is
on there.
frustrating. It would be frustrating. I would never do that. If I was somebody that had like 100 million followers or whatever, I just couldn't in my own head turn off notifications.
Would you want to see every reply?
No, I would, and I wouldn't look at them very often. But I couldn't turn off the notifications, thinking that I just want to know. I don't know. It's weird.
I want confirmation that I was right.
Yeah,
that you liked what I said.
I would put my toe in the notification pond, and it would probably get bit off, and I'd be like, and then it'd be a week until I went back there again.
Step back.
Yeah.
Step back from the notification.
I know they always say don't Google yourself. Don't if you're a famous person or whatever, don't Google yourself or don't read reviews about yourself.
Right.
I couldn't do that. If I knew people were talking about me, or if I put something out there that everybody was gonna like consume, I would want to know what people said.
You want to know that they liked it, and
in a perfect world that they liked it, but then you see that one comment that's like,
this is crap.
You're an idiot. You sound stupid.
And you could have thousands that loved it.
Yep.
That one is the only one you'd think about.
One drunk naked guy on a beanbag chair in his basement tweets out with his. Never mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So that gets us caught up there. News stories. I saw one disturbing news story. We talked about this last few episodes about that incident with the girl that was licking the ice cream and putting it back.
Right.
And then other people were doing the same thing. A Florida woman got arrested. Shocker. What is wrong with Florida?
I don't know. Because they don't have to deal with the cold, so all the weirdos can go down there and live outside, basically.
I tell you, there are, if you've ever heard of FARC, it's a website, farc.com, that assembles strange stories. And there are several others that are just like it. And they're just the headlines. You can just click on the headline real quick to see what the rest of the story is. And they do a good job of writing up the headlines to get you to click. But just check where they're from. You go down the list. Almost all of them are from Florida.
Oh, and there's a Twitter account, a Florida man.
That Florida guy.
Yeah. So it is this Florida. It's just the warm.
It's nuts.
Warm weather brings out the weirdos.
So we've got Jung Soon, who's from Florida, was arrested on Monday.
Okay, highly doubt that, but okay.
After
maybe lives in Florida. I don't know if he's from Florida. Whatever.
Stop.
Just go on with the story.
Stop. So she got arrested on Monday after video surveillance showed her urinating and spitting on an ice cream shop's products.
Nobody stopped her and they saw her squatting over the cooler?
They saw it in the footage when they went back and checked the footage.
I
don't know how they saw her and then they caught her.
Wow.
So, they saw the video footage.
Okay.
So nobody caught her doing it in the act. She reportedly owns a neighboring business. She's a business owner. And apparently has been now accused of tampering with about $2,000 worth of ice cream.
She had to go. The video over the entire cooler of.
This is crazy. The video cameras caught her tampering with the products several times. Starting in June, she began using a bathroom that is shared with this ice cream store and shares with her business. And she started using it so she could do damage to them. They said that she would use the bathroom on 5 different times, they counted, that she would place her unwashed hands in containers of ice cream, take the lid off, put her hands on them. She's also accused of picking her nose before placing her hands in the ice cream.
I'm gonna puke.
And spitting in the containers after opening the freezer.
I could get peed on all day. You flick a booger on me, I'm puking.
And that's the name of our podcast.
It's the truth.
Flick a booger on me.
I'm puking.
She literally peed in a bucket that's used for churning the ice cream.
That is she should go to jail for a long time.
A very long time. And then they noted that she allegedly emptied the bucket into a rinsing sink that's used to clean the ice cream utensils afterwards.
So I wonder if this must be an after hours situation. It has to be, because if she had access to that thing after hours, I get it. But if not, she's doing a lot of clanking and banging around in there if other people were around.
I don't know how she got away with.
What was her name?
Multiple times. Her whole name.
Or her first name?
Jung.
Okay, so Jung, what are you doing back there? You've been back. No.
I know it.
Somebody would have asked her.
I wish they would have put the name of her business, because they put the name of the ice cream shop, which of course now is going to suffer damages.
Sure.
Just like Listerine, when the girl had the video of herself gargling with the Listerine and then putting it back, even though she claims it was just a prank and she actually did buy it, she claims she went back and grabbed it. It still does damage to Listerine.
Yeah.
It still makes you look twice.
Well, it makes them.
You'll check the lid.
Right, and I did check. I did not every one of them, but I glanced down the mouthwash aisle yesterday at Hy-Vee, and almost every single one has the seal on it. So I don't know what the deal was with that one not having it. If maybe she did buy it, take the seal off, and then did it and put it back.
So maybe she is telling the truth, and it's just a bad idea.
Because I know Listerine does. Listerine does have the seal.
Almost everything has
and the
to
generic
anymore.
of Listerine, the Wisterine or whatever that I buy, has the plastic on it. The Misterine for guys.
Mystery.
Mysterine. It's the new mouthwash called It Could Be Pee. The new ice cream
I bet
flavor.
you don't buy the yellow Listerine anymore, do you? Gross. I never did buy the yellow Listerine.
It was too medicine-y.
I like the blue and the...
Blue and the green. I like the purple's kind of a delight too.
I've never tried the purple. The blue, there's a new blue. It's like an all-in-one or... I can't remember. It's got a new name. I don't know. But anyway,
An all-in-one mouthwash.
Well, it's like
isn't mouthwash just like
it does more
not a
stuff.
process.
It does more stuff, and it gets
Foams?
a lot.
Like,
It
what
gets
is
a
it?
lot done. I don't know.
Oh gosh, marketing, branding sure works on you. doesn't
ADA
it?
approved. That's all I care. It's got the ADA seal on it. That's
Wow.
all I care about. Then I'm happy. All right, so there's that. Let's see here, and then we had.
We put a lot of trust in people that prepare our foods, and people
do.
a lot of trust in that, and the ice cream place. And this is not exposing it, but I'm
Right.
sure we've all eaten food by somebody that hasn't washed their hands, and we're
I know.
fine, So, but it's disgusting what she did. But we put a lot of trust, even going.
I know.
To a restaurant, I've heard from people that have worked in restaurants and own restaurants, like you don't want to go in the kitchen. Not that they're doing terrible things, but it's probably not as clean as we all think it is.
And it's probably, well, see, that's the thing. I bet you it's up to standards. It's legal, but people probably don't realize maybe how low the bar is.
Yeah.
For
right.
what's-
Okay. There's on the box. I'm
Doing
not going to say
bare minimum?
what taco place that drive-through
Okay.
that I drove by. It was 15 years ago. So hopefully
Maybe
standards
it's out
have
of
changed.
business.
Oh, it's not.
Okay.
I have the app on my phone. But we drove by and there was a truck that was unloading some
I
stuff.
just realized what you're talking about.
Yep.
I know who it is. Okay, go ahead.
And the boxes said beef. I'm paraphrasing, but it was like beef and something, and it said grade whatever C D edible is what it said.
Human consumption.
Yeah, I mean edible.
Edible.
Like there was the letter and then edible. Like that is
That's all they require.
right.
Just be edible.
So there's other beef that's not edible.
There's other products that are made that are like for animals, like dog and cat food. And so there's some dog and cat food that are human grade. You want to blow some money.
Yeah, my dogs never got that. I can't even guarantee it was. I don't know what it was.
But if you really want to,
Yeah.
you can buy literally their hamburger patties that are, it's the raw diet that you can feed your dogs. So a lot of people do swear by that. But it's, some of them are human grade.
Yeah.
But that's all it's got to be, bare minimum. So I think that's why a lot of times they say don't look in the kitchen.
Right.
Because we don't realize where that bar actually is, and it's legal. They're fine with what they gave you, just the bare minimum.
And sometimes people don't even complain at a restaurant if their food isn't up to what they ordered, because I've heard stories
Is that just an urban myth, though?
Well, some friends of mine worked at a restaurant out in Waterloo. Okay, there's just two of them, so you can probably figure it out. When they were in high school, and they
I think I've only been to one of them.
Specifically had said
Okay.
that one of them did that once. That somebody called and not called, but complained, sent the stuff back, and they did something to their food.
See, I don't understand I don't know what you're gaining from that if you do that. If you tamper with somebody's food to send it back, it's just that inside satisfaction of I got you, and you
Right.
don't know, because they'll never know that you did what you did.
Right.
It's kind of like the people that are messing with the ice cream. You aren't going to be there when you see the people that buy it and go eat it after you messed with it.
Now
you just know
you're
it's
the
there.
lady. You're just Yawn or whatever her name is that peed in the ice cream. You're the dirt bag.
Well, at least they got her name out there. She deserved that.
Yeah,
And
she
that other
did, for
girl,
sure.
they did identify the other girl too that was doing. She's facing some serious stuff. I think that other girl. Actually, did they have her name in here? This was in Texas, the Walmart in Texas. Nope, hadn't been identified as of this, but was arrested looking at second-degree felony charge of tampering with consumer products, up to 20 years if convicted,
Yep.
at least.
See ya.
That's terrible. Did you see the story the other day that Trump can't block you anymore? President Trump can't block you on Twitter. I didn't know he blocked anybody.
I didn't either.
I don't know why. I don't know how anybody knows, unless you got blocked because you can't see his tweets anymore. So you go check.
And you can go to their profile, because I was.
You can find out if you're blocked,
Yeah.
but you can't see if anybody else is. I mean,
Right.
if you're not blocked, you can't tell if they've blocked anybody.
Yeah, you can just tell they blocked you.
But
That's
if
it.
you're somebody that he is chirping in his ear and he decides I don't know why block, just mute.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nobody even knows they're
And I
muted.
don't know why he can't. It's his own private. It's like his private account.
He's
I
got
get-
two. He's got a Trump and a president one.
And the president one he can't, or the Trump one he can't, because the private one he should still be able to. It's his private account. He's had that since he was
Before.
on The Apprentice, so he
Yeah.
should be able to.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that he only uses the presidential one now. but he shouldn't be able to block on that one. I don't know though why you would block. And apparently AOC's in trouble because she's blocked a lot of people, and because of this ruling, she can't block people either. Just mute. They won't even know they're muted.
Yeah.
And then they can bark all day and you can't hear them.
Tweet her. Let her know to mute if you're not blocked.
I'm not blocked by her. Okay. Stop. Anyway, I just saw that and I thought, I don't understand the significance. Just why didn't somebody just tell them? Just mute them. No big
Good
deal.
question. I don't know.
I got a few people muted.
Right? Right?
I follow them. They follow me. So I don't want to unfollow them. Just like intentionally and just like unfollow. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they'd ever notice that I unfollowed them, but
Maybe. I mean, you never know. They might, and it would probably not be the best thing.
But yeah, I just mute them. That's all it takes. Just real quick. Let's see. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, the Kansas City story. This was hilarious. A felon, actually. He's wanted, and he was running from the law. This guy, it's outside of Kansas City somewhere. Clay County? Is that right outside of Kansas City?
I don't know. I don't even know any counties
Liberty.
in Kansas.
I think it's in Liberty. But anyway, they found this guy because he tooted.
Oh, I saw that headline yesterday.
He passed gas, and that's what led the authorities to find him, because the noise when he tooted. He
was like in a quiet forest, or where was he when he?
Right. He just said that's what led them to find him, and the officers, Clay County Sheriff down there, said if you've got a felony warrant for your arrest, the cops are looking for you, and you pass gas so loud it gives up your hiding spot.
He wanted to get caught.
You're definitely having a hashtag it happened day.
He wanted to get caught. That's awesome.
And he ends up, this is the funny part, his felony warrant was for possession of a controlled substance.
Couldn't control his gas, though. Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
That's perfect.
That's great. And then a little bit of sad news. I know we just not that long ago happened to mention this movie. And one of the key players passed away. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is Denise Nickerson. She played Violet Beauregard. And she was, you're turning Violet.
Right. Yeah.
She passed away. She was 62. She'd been on life support, had a seizure, and they took her off life support just a couple days ago. And the Facebook post from the family said that she's gone. It wasn't helping and making her only uncomfortable, and we told her it's okay to let go. But the family did start a GoFundMe for two reasons. One was to help cover some medical costs, and there's still some to be paid, but also in part to fulfill her final wish, which was to have her ashes turned into a piece of glass art.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. But she did go on to be in a few more things, but she was 13 when she was cast as Violet Beauregard, the one with the bad manners and the competitive edge. Yes, she was. She said the one thing that she remembers most about Gene Wilder was she was just so glad that she was chosen to be a part of something that brings smiles to so many faces.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really
and iconic.
Cool. Kind, tender-hearted man. And to put up with us, my God. Seriously, that's what she said. She also was in the Electric Company.
Oh, yeah. I love that show.
Company. I did too. I didn't know that. She had a couple other things too. And then she left acting in 1978 to pursue nursing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I love the Electric Company. That was a great show.
Yeah, absolutely. Where was it? Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom was one. Electric Company. There was Kids Incorporated. That was more of an entertainment show kind of thing. But yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah.
TBT to that.
Wow. No
Sweet.
kidding. No kidding. So anyway, before we go,
Yeah.
I think there's one thing that needs to happen. We brought the show in with it. I think we should take the show out with it.
I want to see if we can try to get let's grab
Before we do that, before we play it, we'll play it on the way out. Be sure to follow us, like, subscribe, review, share. We appreciate it so much. And also Kugler Vision, if you get a chance, just drop them a thank you anytime you get an opportunity, just for supporting the show. We just want to let them know that we appreciate that.
Yeah, very
much. So
so this is from our episode previous to this one. It's with I want to hear what Verse sounds like as he's tuned.
Half speed. Okay, so this is great. So we're going to do Verse at half speed to set you free today, guys. Here you go.
And that is basically
Seriously, that's two idiots sitting at the Hawk's Nest Lounge right across the street at about 5:30 on a Thursday. Here we go.
Basically, social media in a nutshell.
100%.
Every situation
is.
that people talk
It is.
about or comment on.
Oh my God.
And the little thing. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Never, ever. That's the thing. Right. Do you look into other cars when you're driving?
Usually by the time I'm driving.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.